Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals. For the top 4 seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. Only one team here can keep their championship dreams alive. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So Florida State special teams don't do the offense any favors with that return. Always enjoyed coming to the Fiesta Bowl over the years, and of course you got the modern Silver Stadium here sitting in the desert ready for this showdown.
Well, it's so many great memories here, Chris. Think back to the Boise State, Oklahoma back in '07. How about the classic between Oklahoma State and Stanford with Andrew Luck in 2012? And then the shocker just a few years ago with TCU over in Michigan in 2022.
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. At the 30 now. At the 10 now. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Well, I can't believe that this is how this game gets started. Very first play of the game, a shot downfield, and a touchdown. With all the buildup and all the hype, this is how we get started.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So Western Michigan's offense comes out for their first possession today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
Running out of time in the pocket. And that's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt. He felt heavy pressure. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Broncos.
Such a well-designed play here by this offense to find a way to get the ball to the gifted tight end. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a difficult matchup, and here he shows he's got the speed to take it all the way into the end zone for that touchdown.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And they stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. This offense scorched the defense with a lightning strike. A one-play touchdown in the last. First down, looking to throw the ball. Bringing pressure. Finds his man. It's Winton. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle. A new set of downs after that completion. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Oh, Chris, against zone coverage like that, and the ball thrown deep down the middle of the field, you've got to layer that throw in. Very challenging throw, requires a nice touch with a strong arm, and the quarterback that time just did not make the throw.
The Western Michigan offense back on the field now. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
Now the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screenplay. Nice positive gain for the offense.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. He's past the... Got a lane. Can he get in? And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Boy, this quarterback is hungry for the end zone. That was not a short run. Guy put his running shoes on and took it back to his Pop Warner days, showcasing that agility for the long touchdown.
He'll return it from inside the 5. Makes it with the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. First down, looking to throw the football. Fires it to the wideout. Catch is made down the middle. He's tackled quickly. The yardage is good enough for the first down.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive. Out there, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. And boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Weinke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward, so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. He goes down, but snags the ball and gives this defense a takeaway.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
Offense getting set. It's second down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the back.
The ball is picked off. Not a long return, but the pick changes possession. The offense will take over at the 28.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
You set it down to the offense, first and 10.
Well, you wonder if the receiver adjusted his route to get closer to that first down line. Whatever he did, it works. Move the sticks.
Has the first down still on the move. Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46. A solid run, good for first down yardage. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
He shreds the tackle. Tough running to avoid a loss that just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Can he make it to the marker? And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back, get the first down on this third and short, see what you can do from here.
Quarterback still with the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I like what the offensive coordinator is trying to do here to try to keep the defense off balance by mixing up his play calling. But hey, you got to give the defense a lot of credit. They're not fooled at all on this play. Nice tackle for a loss here against the option.
Looking to set up a screen pass here. He's swarmed by the defense.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. And the Noles have 1st and 10 here.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. This college football playoff game is all tied up, and Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Will be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes Western Michigan's offense out there. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They'll tackle him out across the 20. The clock is running last minute in a very entertaining first quarter of play. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Finds an open target on the left side. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I love the call here with the wide receiver screen. Where's he going to go? The blockers do not do their job and open up any running lanes at all.
The pocket breaking down. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on 3rd down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got 4th and short.
Fair catch made at the 40. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? On the handout, they'll test the right side here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Here's the 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground with the draw play. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations, if you mix it in correctly.
Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. And the Seminoles will line up to kick it away. The coverage team brings him down, and that will do it for the first period of play. Early on, it's a fun battle on the road to the national championship, deadlocked at the end of 1. Let's check out the early stats so far. We'll see if the rest of this playoff game can live up to a very competitive opening period. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. You get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
They've got him down out near the 40.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Back's got it again. They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing that he's potentially capable of doing it.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, drops back. Short throw complete to the tight end. And they get him down after the completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. ball near midfield. No punting team. The offense is going for it. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Stopped at the 43. This offense picks up another first down.
I'm going to be honest here. I'm completely shocked that they kept it on the ground. I think the defense is too. I don't think they were prepared for it. It's one of those things where it just makes you scratch your head, and it somehow works out.
And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. And he'll drop back here on third down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. Fourth and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? Looking to throw it again. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a huge fourth down stop.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this fourth down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is...
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's incomplete. He got away with one there. A dangerous throw.
Boy, not only did they drop what looked like an interception in their own end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum in their favor.
Pressure is coming. Fires it on the move. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Challenging play for the offense. They face third and long here from their own 43. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught, completion. Stopped at the 43. This offense picks up another first down. The Noles looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Grab down the middle. It's Winton. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. The Seminoles starting a new series here on 1st and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Some really tight windows to throw into for this quarterback with the defense sitting back in zone. But he finds the curl route, and he shows you his arm strength by getting it in there.
It's an out route. The catch made. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there. And the offense will have a first and goal.
Boy, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first half.
Pass caught. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown. Noles. And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Returner decides to fair catch this. The Broncos offense back on the field now. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. And looking to throw now on first down. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. He's got some room and some blockers here. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return. So here we go, the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. That's a big hit at the end, but even with a fresh set of downs. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. The offense now operating in empty. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. He's escaping the pocket now. And they stop him just short, but defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. And the Noles trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Chris, that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in it.
Attack on the BAT. It's a 2-touchdown lead now, 28-14. So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. The Western Michigan offense back on the field now. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive? Got to cut into this lead or play it safe? And he lofts it deep over the middle. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Touchdown, Broncos. No chance to catch him.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He stopped it, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
Chris, I cannot believe we're still in the first half. This guy's already got a couple touchdowns. Now he's adding to his receiver total here by picking up another 1st down and more yards.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. The magnitude and intensity of these playoff matchups is always something special to be a part of. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. Chris, let's send things back to you and Kirk for what should be a memorable second half as we eagerly anticipate we'll be moving on to the next round of this college football playoff.
And the Seminoles will kick this away to begin the second half. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Here comes Western Michigan's offense out there. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit. This
line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. With some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down out at the 46. The game makes it 2nd and medium. Keeping it on the ground here. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. On the run here. Lets it go. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Great job by this defense once again on that 3rd down, and now we get to 4th down. And you start to think about things here as we get into the second half, Chris. You go for it, you make it, everybody's happy. If you go for it on 4th down and you don't get it, now you're giving your opponent the football in pretty good field position.
That decision to go for it on 4th down doesn't work out. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Off the RPO, caught to the right. Great move there. Finally brought down, but this is a big play. Moves the ball down to the 21. The Noles will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
But good job with the offensive line giving his quarterback time to throw. And you can see the damage he can do to you when he does have time. A great throw and something you just kind of expect in Tallahassee. A quarterback that can make throws like this.
The Seminoles are in the red zone now. The back's got it. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Crucial. 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or they have to settle for 3? They'll try to pick up the 3rd down yardage on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner. The Broncos offense back on the field now. Remember, that last possession went for it in 4th down and got stopped, ended up costing them a field goal. Hit just as he throws the ball. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. And he'll set up to throw. Receiver makes the catch. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. 3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. That's a design quarterback keeper. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a 3rd down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a 1st down, and they get it.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a 1st down here on this next play.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. He drops back in the gun. Looks to the left, and it's complete. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. As the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
And it's a throwaway. That's a good call down here in the red zone on 1st down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
So here we go, third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Makes a nice move there. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. Long enough and good.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. That's strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Offense getting set. Second down play here. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And the Noles begin a new series here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. That's going to be incomplete. A first down drop here in the middle of the field. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Caught over the middle. It's Winton. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
And the Seminoles pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. Single back takes the handoff.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Tackle finally made, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it at the 34.
Good job here by the quarterback putting that ball in the air where the receiver can make a play on it. And I tell you, Florida State has had some great receivers over the years, and this kid is really living up to that.
And he's tackled after the catch. The gain makes it second and medium. Receiver in motion now. Second down, we're going to throw it. Receiver makes the grab, and he heads out of bounds, moving backwards on that play. Didn't want to take the hit. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. As we break for the quarter, Kurt, Florida State is on top, sitting in a pretty good spot as we wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game sets while we have a chance. As we head to the fourth, we could be in store for a classic finish. A spot in the next round of the college football playoff is at stake. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
The Western Michigan offense back on the field now. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for it. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. Going the other way, can they catch him? Refusing to be stopped in this play. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball on the ground and now give you chance to get right back in this game.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Fights through a tackle. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Quarterback drops back. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, that's a big sack by this defense here on first down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a first and goal situation.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Looking to throw it on third and very long. He doesn't get rid of it. He's brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. That's a huge loss.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
A field goal here doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 on fourth down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. Looking to protect the football and protect the lead. They fumbled it away last time. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. Second down after that previous play. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Looking right. This one caught. They get him down, but he crosses midfield. Spot the ball at the 44.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year. And it's been great to see him in person today. Making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. He'll ride the back again here. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Third down after that running play. Can he get there on the ground? In the clear at the 25. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs. The Noles pick up enough for a first down here. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. He's moving out of the pocket, extending the play now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. The Seminoles will line up now. It's first and goal. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. And he'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. An extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the fourth. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes Western Michigan's offense out there. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Look out, he's got some space. Look at that, he's still going. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Handoff to the single back. Breaking free at the 35. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? There's the handoff. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, throughout this game, they've shown a number of their base run plays in the first half, so it's good to mix in the counter here in the second half, just in case the defense is starting to over-pursue. Keep an eye on if they pull that play again maybe later in this game.
He'll hand it off. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other